Today's security leaders are stuck in an uncomfortable spot. Despite investing in dozens of security tools, they still struggle to answer basic yet important questions. Questions like, how vulnerable are our most critical applications? Is this critical vulnerability actually risky in our unique environment? And of all the exposures we have, which ones should we fix first? These answers are hard to come by because siloed data lacks context and intelligence lives in a black box. Correlating the findings across disparate data sources is nearly impossible. The vendors hard code their risk calculations, metrics definitions, and other insights. You can't see how they're calculating risk, much less customize it to fit your needs. It's time for a new approach to vulnerability management, one that provides unified insights into your exposures, accurate assessment of their risk levels, and flexibility on how you can address them, all drawing from a consolidated, correlated set of data. Zscaler Unified Vulnerability Management helps you create a more effective and efficient vulnerability management program. The solution collects findings from across your environment and adds context to prioritize your biggest risks. It also automates remediation workflows and showcases your security posture improvements through dynamic reports and dashboards. Zscaler Unified Vulnerability Management taps into an aggregated, correlated dataset built on our unique innovation, our data fabric for security. The data fabric ingests data from traditional vulnerability and exploitability sources and adds findings and context from Zscaler's 500 trillion daily signals, as well as over 150 third-party sources. These sources span identity, assets, user behavior, mitigating controls, business processes, and organizational hierarchy. With Zscaler Unified Vulnerability Management, you can take a new approach to evaluating and prioritizing your vulnerabilities. 1. Identify exposures and know which ones to prioritize. Zscaler Unified Vulnerability Management provides contextual insights into your risk factors and mitigating controls. For example, imagine two assets have a vulnerability with the same severity score of 7.0. At face value, they seem to be equally risky, and you should prioritize them equally. Based on the insights, the first asset has endpoint protection and is sitting in a dev environment. With this additional context, this vulnerability doesn't look that risky anymore. The second asset with the same starting CVSS score is exposed to the internet. There's a known exploit against that CVE. It contains personally identifiable information, and the asset owner frequently fails internal phishing tests. With this context, based on your environment and your risk factors, you can prioritize them at different levels. With Zscaler Unified Vulnerability Management, you determine the risk for your organization. You have control of the math. What risk factors matter most? How much do you trust different sources? What mitigating factors lower risk and by how much? 2. Automate workflows to streamline remediation. Remediation doesn't have to be painful. Zscaler Unified Vulnerability Management delivers remediation action items to the right teams, automatically grouped together with other like actions. It provides the necessary details on the fix, the rationale for the priority, and supports sophisticated workflows that match your organizational processes and structure. 3. Get up-to-date real-time reports and dashboards. Zscaler Unified Vulnerability Management offers dynamic insights into your risk posture, KPIs, SLAs, and other metrics in one correlated, context-rich dataset. Ultimately, Zscaler Unified Vulnerability Management gives you a cohesive, unified view of your risks. It gives you the answers and insight you need to act with confidence to improve your security posture. It's time for a new approach to exposure management with Zscaler.